are here today at HGA. We're an architecture and engineering office here in Sacramento. I am an interior designer. That's my job title here, and I work on the interiors of projects, and I support interior architecture. Come on in. We are in an old warehouse on our street, historic R Street. This used to be an electrical supply warehouse, and what we did, it was abandoned, it was out of use for a long time. What we did is we took the inside, we put some more windows in on the exterior, but we left, for example, we left a lot of the bones that were already here from before, like a lot of this wood, the rafters, they were here.
Hi, my name is Samuel Vasquez. I'm an architect here at HGA, and as you can see behind me, there's multiple workstations. Here in Sacramento, we have architecture, structural engineering, mechanical engineering, and interior design. What you're seeing right now is mainly our healthcare studio and our interior design studio in the back, and we'll take you on a quick walk to go ahead and see our library for interior design.
We are in our resource library. We have different resources. Come on in. So this is an area where when we're putting together projects, we have physical samples of things like, I don't know, this is a sample of glass. So we have physical samples that maybe we need to put together pallets of, but we also have a bunch of resources for like codes and reference guides that we use here. So these are all right here. The rest here is, here, I'll show you. So this is a carpet sample book. Something that we would do is maybe say the project is using this manufacturer, and they want to use this line. We pull this and pick samples out, and then we'd contact an architectural rep, and then they would send us bigger samples so we can put together and start forming projects that way.
Hi, so as a project architect, I work on really a lot of coordination. I work with a variety of trade partners, which are other architects, engineers, contractors, and owners. A lot of what I do is I just try to bring together ideas and help them come to fruition by putting them together in drawings. Some of the things that I do are studies for major projects because clients are trying to determine whether or not this is what they want to do and how much it's going to cost. Most of my work is in healthcare, and we will do things like have just looking at data and looking at long-term growth scenarios and trying to determine what's going to be the best for the users, looking at the site. We get into things like programming and looking at the amount of exam rooms maybe they need. And then really the fun part is like getting into the sketches and looking at ways that we can help improve their operations. So I like to think of myself as a problem solver and a people person. I connect with a lot of individuals, and I try to just bring their ideas together and help people come to consensus.
So here we are in our central kitchen staff break area. We have everything we pretty much would need in a kitchen minus the stove. We have espresso machine, toaster ovens, coffee, refrigerators, whatnot. All right, so here we are at where I work, and the rest of the interiors group sits all together so we can collaborate. We do a lot of projects together. So one of the things that I do is, once the project is underway, this is a palette we put together. A lot of times it's just digital, so the client sees, hey, they've got carpet, these are the finishes that are being used all together. But we also, I'm going to show you real quick, this is their actual physical board that I created that had the physical samples, and that was sent to the client. That's a little part of what we do here. A lot of times what I'm doing is we are doing work in Revit. It's a BIM, building information program. And like, for example, I'm part of the interior sheets, the construction documents. This is a big one. This is one of them. So this is where we work together with architecture, structural, the electrical engineers, a lot of times civil engineers, and we each take our part in creating the construction document sheets. Samuel, do you mind if I show one of these?
Not at all.
Okay, so this is a construction document set, and so this would go to like the city or the state, the contractor, and this has all of the sheets, like all of the architecture sheets of all the spaces. There's also the interiors, which is not just the outside and the bones, but also the interior, the casework, all stuff like that. Structural and electrical, all that stuff is put together, and this is a construction document set.
One of the things that most architects enjoy is design, especially if we get to work on a new building. As you can see behind me, these are several different renderings. A lot of times we'll come up with different concepts, and we'll kind of base it on other materials or things that we have seen. A lot of it kind of depends on how they want to address the site, and really what the client needs are, and trying to make sure that we bring in the right message. Architecture is a lot about space, light, and form, and how those all collide. It's a joy to be able to work with clients and individuals, and to really just try to make them realize their dreams.
So one thing that I do want to point out is that these are renders, these are not photographs. What we do is we try to make them as realistic as possible, because what we're doing is communicating to the client what their space could look like. So before something is built and somebody says, I don't like the way the light comes in, or if there's a lot of cost, if we can show them first what it's going to look like and could potentially look like in the future, saves in the long run a lot of money, but it's good because a lot of people can't visualize it. All right, so this is a view. We are currently at the very on our mezzanine. We are overlooking our office here. And so we've already visited the library and the front. This back side over here that you're now looking at is where a lot of the structural, the electrical engineers, the engineers, and some of our support people sit.
This is one of our conference rooms. One of the most important things is getting people to make decisions, and usually we have to take in multiple experts, like our engineers, our interior designers, obviously our owners, our contractors. What you see here is a board. Several times we'll put together something like this for a presentation. It may start from hand sketches as shown here, which is very important, to actually doing full-blown Revit drawings with lots of details, using pictures, and even down to doing renderings and showing certain options that the client might want to see. This here is all about a hybrid OR. It's using MRI plus a surgical suite, basically combined so that they can work simultaneously. And definitely it's just an example of what we do here in our office.
Hi there, me again. I just want to let you know a couple other things before we take off. I'm sitting here in our wellness room where it's nice and quiet, but different types of positions that we have within our firm. We employ, not only architects, designers, engineers, but we also have like human resources, project managers. We have people that really are experts in the environment and sustainability, as well as people that just study offices and the way offices are designed. So our projects are everything from, we do healthcare, but we also do higher education. We do big churches, little churches too, also performing arts centers. I encourage you guys to go to our website, HGA, and see some of the stuff that we do.
So again, we are really grateful to give you guys a virtual tour of our office. I always like to do this with people in real time, but it is COVID-19, and we still just want to encourage you guys to explore the career of architecture, engineering, or interior design.
Yeah, no, I just want to thank you for your time, and if you have any questions, continue to reach out. This is not the, in terms of the built environment, there are many, many avenues that you can take. If it's something that interests you, just continue to search until you find something that means something to you. Okay?
Thank you for seeing our office.